Hi, hello everybody. I'm Daniel Laraway. Mr. Mullen asked me to show you maybe some different ways you can use Lumio in your class. I've been using it for a few months. I really, really enjoy it. Um, I'm going to try to point out some of the fun stuff that I have used it for and maybe one or two of the negatives. So I just want to show you, like I said, a couple of things. This is an activity that I did today. First of all, one thing I like about Lumio is that it shows you in order for recents of like last time you accessed it, and then all the files are alphabetical. You can sort them. So I didn't do that at first, and now I'm wishing that I did because I have all of these old files. But you put them into algebra like your class, and then within your class you can have folders in here for unit one, whatever, and you can get as specific as you need to be. But for right now, I just want to show you this. So we're going to click start. When you're running this with your class, especially for the first time, this message is going to pop up and they're going to put in the class ID and they'll join and you'll see like one, two, and so forth and so on. You can also click this guy up here and it'll show all of the students that are in there. So this was my warm up today, state the transformations and write the equation. So you can do it individually per student. And that's what I did here. And you can actually go through and you can look at it as they're doing it. So if I click on their name, it pops up. This is what he came up with. And then I can just move over here. Now I see another kid. Now I see another kid. So I can look at it that way. I like to bring them up in class without maybe even seeing if they're right sometimes. And then like, all right, let's discuss. Like, is it right? Is it not? What's going on here? What's not? So forth and so on. So that's one way to do it. The next thing that I did was I made a group. So this page is a group page. I can't show you how to make a group. Maybe that's something Mr. Malone will do. But once the groups are made, they get separated into that. Sorry for the announcements coming over. But so this automatically puts them in groups and it is random. So I like to use this just to randomize so my own, biases or thoughts don't get in the way. And then they get to work on it together. So this is what their group work looks like. So this is team one. Now I told them I gave them like specific jobs that they had to do, and I'm actually going to open up the paper that I gave them so you can see kind of the job ideas that I gave. I know that's not really necessarily what I'm supposed to be doing right now, but just so you can have an idea of what you're looking at here. So all of these different colors are different people. This was the job descriptions that they were given today. So you can see person one, vertical reflection, and so forth and so on. So all those different colors should be up, and then I changed it for the different slides. So the reason this one you only see three colors instead of four is because this group is only three people instead of four. But anyway, so this is different kids working together, trying to answer this problem. They can help each other. They can talk to each other. They're writing in different colors so I can see who did what. And I really like this. And then it goes to another individual thing where I ask them some questions. So once again, I can just look at what they said for this. So I use this as kind of like a formative assessment, an exit ticket sometimes. I can click on this and I can see, okay, I felt like H was struggling maybe a little bit today. He says that he thinks he's an 8 out of 10. Now, what you just saw happen, I'm glad that happened because that's one of the downsides of Lumio sometimes is that first kid you click on, sometimes it pops up and then goes away. You just click off of it and then click back. You see the name up there. So I'm looking at H again. So he's seeing, okay, he thinks he's an 8 out of 10 on finding vertical dilation. Cool. So I can look through maybe a couple other kids. Well, how does Isabella say? She thinks she's a 10. Awesome. What about Jay? Jay's a 7 out of 10. And then I can do this, in a couple of different classes, see if their numbers grow at all from day one to day three, four, five, how many of the days you're doing it. Some people will like to do this as an exit ticket, just get it done. I sometimes like to do it throughout class, so you'll see as I go to different slides. This one was a group. I changed groups. There's more kids working with different kids, different thought process, different um, all of that. So click on this group again, different groups of kids, but the same idea. So you can see the different colors there. You can see what they were thinking, and then again, now evaluate yourself. How do we do this? How do we do that? What's the number? And it just keeps going. Okay. Sometimes what I use Lumio for is, okay, I'm going to show you some stuff. I'm going to write it down. So on a slide like this, notice the difference when I get there. This one says student progress. This one says group workspace. But then this one doesn't have anything like that on it. The kids can't do anything on this slide. This is all me. So I could already have something pre-written on this. This could be something that I use to fill in as I'm going. So kind of like as a teaching thing and, explain it, talk about it as we're going. And then, okay, on to the next slide. So you work on this. Let's say that this is something that they already knew how to do, and I just wanted them to kind of work through a couple of problems on their own. Maybe they get harder as it goes, work to your level, your ability. You just go up here, you click this guy, and you click it to student. So if I click lesson pacing over from teacher to student, now any student that is on here, they can move through the slides as they feel see fit. Okay. So if they think it's easy or they're doing it, they just know how to do this already. Or again, this is one of those problems or that I'm just like, all right, you got 10 problems to work through, you got 20 minutes. Yeah. Just clicking over the student pacing, they go through at their own pace. They can ask questions as they see fit and work it that way. If I want everybody back in the same spot, just click it back over to the teacher. If they're on another slide, it'll automatically take them to the slide that I'm on and I want them to be at. So those are a couple of different ways that I use Lumio in a class setting. Um, Another way that I would use it is I've given some assessments. So you can see this one is labeled quiz. I didn't want to print out the paper, so I just made my assessment in Word. I moved it over to Smart Notebook and then uploaded it into Lumio. Very, very easy to do that. And just told them, hey, get on Lumio and go ahead and start working on your thing. Now, I look at some of these kids. This was a little bit lower, so no judge for kids. But I can give them feedback. So the check the one, I wrote this girl a little note down here about what are you doing, what's going on here. Um, Moving on to Cody. Cody did a little bit better. So just a little note, you're saying multiply by -3. So I can get feedback on this. You can give it live too. So if I were watching them work on this, I could write this up at the top and they would see it, as I'm writing it. So I can really kind of give it to them in class and we can just kind of sit at my computer and be watching and see what's going on and help them that way if they all are kind of in different places. The downside of this is that I can't just look at one kid. I can only look at one slide at a time. So let's say that this was like 3 or 4 pages. Maybe I had 6 or 7 problems. And, each page was 2 problems or something like that. I can't look at all of Eugene's problems at the same time. I would have to look at this one, and then I'd have to click to the next slide. I'd have to click student progress, go into Eugene again. Let's see what he said here. Um, and look at it that way. And then adding them up, you have to kind of keep in mind the different things. So there was one class where I did a quiz like this, and it was like 6 different slides, and it was kind of a pain to find their total score at the end. That is the downside of Lumio, which hopefully they will fix in the future. But who knows? If there's a spot that I can get, I can report an issue. I just saw that. That's cool. I'm still discovering new things as well. Um, if I am absent, so I'm going to be absent this week. I'm actually not in school today that you're watching this Wednesday because I'm doing teacher rounds. So what I'm going to give them is I'm going to give them a Lumio assignment, or I can give it to them for homework. So for example, the slides that I was showing you earlier, I didn't finish those in class. So I can just click assign. It gives me a link, copy, and then any of those slides that I had left as like an individual handout or worksheet for them to work on their own, I just post that to Google Classroom. They can work on all those slides at home. So I use it for homework. Again, I use it for sub plans. Just post it on Google Classroom. Hey, these are this link today. Go ahead and Lumio, do what you got to do. I expect you to go through slides 2, 15 or whatever it might be, and then just kind of get at it. You just have to remember to make it so it's individual worksheets. You can leave it blank they leave it on like a U thing and they can't work on it. So nice and easy that way. It is really easy to make a Lumio. You just click import, choose where it's coming from, whether it's Google Drive or my computer, upload it. Super simple. I'm sure there's things that I'm forgetting that I would like to add later on, but I think for now I kind of got a lot. I know I talk kind of fast. I don't know if Mr. Mullen is going to share this video with you or not. If he does, please obviously feel free to watch it over again. And also, if you would like to email me with any questions you have as a teacher that is currently using this and discovering it myself, I would love to answer any questions that you have. Mr. Mullen can give you my email address, or it's obviously my name, daniel.laraway@odia.edu. So I hope this helps a little bit. Um, Again, please let me know if you have any questions and enjoy the rest of your training and have a great day. Guys.